What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? It's your boy AT2 here. And of course, we're bringing you another episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2. Now, this is going to be a special show because, like I said, I would been getting a lot of backlash for some of the things that I said. And let me be honest, we've done 3 shows on this whole topic. So I might have said some different shit on each different show. So don't get me wrong. Don't judge me. However, what I thought would be interesting if we did a call-in show and allow people to give their perspective and everything like that. So I'm totally down to do that. So go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's get started with the show, y'all. Hello, everybody. What's up? What's up? What's up? Let me say what's up to the people before we start. What's up? It gotta be Destiny. How you doing? What's up, Jayla? What's up, Starneek? What's up, Tommy? We got GG Truth Speaker in the building. What's up, Michael? Who else we got? Divine Upload. What's up, Miss Kitty? Coochie don't fail me now. What's up, Miss Barbara? Miss Barbara, you already acting a fool, huh? I'm just kidding. Miss Barbara, I can't wait to hear what you got to say, even though you've been cheating on me going on everybody else's platform. Did I say something? Huh? Did somebody say something? Anyway, what's up, Diamond? What's up, beautiful? What's up, Tiff? Hello, hello, hello. What's up, everybody? Good to be back. So I did end up going to the Valley last night. I went to the Valley, stayed out there, and then I got back a little later than expected. So I wasn't able to do the whole I was gonna do like a whole marathon of like hot topics and stuff like that, but I'm exhausted. I can't do all that. And then I was gonna terrorize the YouTube streets because these people been having my name in their mouth and they talking about AT2 is scared. Scared of who? Who? I can't be scared of nobody virtually. I'm sorry. But hey, what do I know? Anyway, let's go ahead and get on to the show. So, as we know, Tamar said on Sunday she woke up in a pool of her own blood. She was missing teeth and she lost mobility and she's trying to focus on her mental health and all this other stuff, right? So, River, we trying to figure out, okay, well, what happened, right? She told this on Tuesday, mind you. So, a couple of days had passed, Michelle, and she had told us about this. Then Funky, who we seen in that video with her at the V12 Club, yeah, he comes out and was all like, hey, that lady over there, that lady, we all got in the car. They dropped us off at her house. She went upstairs. I went to my car and then went to another bar with somebody else who we don't know who they are. But yeah, he went to the bar with somebody else. Then on Friday, or was it yesterday? I believe it came out on Friday, but I talked about it yesterday when it was said that, hey, she was with Mendeecees that night. They had spotted them at the club. Now, the thing that we don't know, did Mendeecees go back to her place with her? Like, who was with Tamar when she went back? And so it's being alleged that her and Mendeecees have been getting kind of close and, smooching or whatnot, right? So, Winnie, then we think like, okay, well, we know Yandy a little crazy, and the kind of girls that she be hanging out with, they built like linebackers. So did Yandy linebacker friends go and attack Tamar? And then that's how Tamar woke up with her teeth missing. And then, she can't remember nothing. Damn, that's a beating right there. Allegedly. So we all confused what's really going on. And again, This happened on Sunday. Tamar announced it on Tuesday. Today is Sunday, and Tamar has not said anything. So will we find out anything on Tuesday? But you know, Tamar been posting her subliminal, inspirational quotes. Listen, lady, listen, we don't care about none of that. You need to tell us what's happening. So now, Denitria, I'm getting backlash because the people are saying, "Oh, AT2, how dare you get in that woman's business?" Mind you, they're coming over to a gossip channel that's about gossip, saying that you're gossiping. I don't get it, but whatever, right? You know, like it's called like celebrity news, celebrity gossip. I like to consider myself celebrity news, but I mean, news, gossip, they all intertwine, right? But you're coming over to a celebrity gossip channel whose job it is to speculate on what happened, right? And you're complaining about it. Then people, well, on Tasha K, she updated us and said, "Oh no, Mendeecees and what's her name, Tamar, are just co-workers. He's the leading man in her visual project." And I've never known Mendeecees to act in any kind of movie or any kind of role. So what leading man did you? And I guess Funky is supposed to be in the lead in doing a cameo in this project that they're working on. That sounded like bullshit, and that also sounded like Yandy was probably DM and Tasha K trying to, get in front of the story and stuff like that. Because, every time a woman is flirting with Mendeecees and it's DM, it's quote unquote really her. So this is where we're at right now, right? And I was watching Nikki Gilbert. She's from Brownstone. If you love me, say, if you trust me, do it. If you want me, if you need me. Oh, my voice kind of cracked on the need. Okay. Need me. Okay, there we go. That's a lot better. But yeah, so she was talking about the situation. And so I wanted to play a little bit of that for you guys. And then I'll go ahead and drop the link as well, too. Oh, y'all ready for the call in? Okay. Shoot. Let's go ahead and let's get it popping then. Okay.
A little bit shady, which is probably why she didn't respond. And
how far?
He may not.
Okay, there we go. All right. And then in the meantime, let me go ahead and drop the link. We'll do a little call in. Now, don't get up here and do nothing stupid. Don't try to P-bomb me. Stay on topic. Do not talk about other YouTubers. I do not care. I am not scared of nobody. Don't bring that shit up either. Don't get on here trying to steal the show. You get a couple of minutes to go ahead and ramble off. I might ask you a question. But yeah, this is the AT2 show. This is not your show. Be respectful, damn it. All right. Now nobody want to call in. All right. Oh, and then let me go ahead and share Nikki's channel as well too, so you guys can go ahead and follow her. Oh, does that have my phone number on it? Oh, okay. No, it's not my phone number. Okay. I was like, oh shoot, don't put my phone number on there. Okay. Nikki's video. Oh, I could have been playing the video while I'm doing this. I'm sorry. Here we go.
Can y'all tell I had caffeine before the show? Anyway, let's talk about our last story of the evening. And tomorrow I'm going to get into the Monique story with you guys. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. I think I got this picture to give y'all some love. There we go. Yes, we do. Just had to put the picture of Tamar up on.
So again, we know that Tamar will lie and over-exaggerate things. Like, for example, the ladies on the reel, she said the ladies got her fired, but that doesn't seem to be true. Also, with the Krishan situation, she didn't initially come out and say what really happened. She said, "Oh, it's not true," but it was like her former friend who helped her put her tour together, who came out and told what happened to James. And they were trying to cover it up and make it seem like nothing happened, but really something happened. So again, you can't trust really what Tamar says. She leaves things up for people's interpretation, you know. But let's pray for Tamar and hope that she okay. Like, I really want her to be okay. I do. Let's be clear. I do want her to be okay. But I also think that you shouldn't come out and say bold things and not, because everybody's looking at Funky like, okay, what do you know? If Funky is really her friend, this is just how I feel. If Funky is her friend, why doesn't she come out and say, "Oh no, you guys, Funky would never, he had nothing to do, he didn't try to drug me, he didn't do this, he didn't do that." And I feel like this is why Funky is being petty on his Instagram, because he's probably pissed that Tamar has not said anything and cleared his name. I would be mad. Put a 1 in the chat if you would be mad if your friend didn't clear your name. I would be pissed.
TikTok, please make sure you give your girls some hearts. Please make sure you give your girls some hearts. I'd really, really, really appreciate it. Let me find this story. So Funky Dineva, I got my red lipstick on. No red lipstick tonight, but y'all know what I'm saying, honey. So Funky Dineva and Tamar Braxton have been all over the press. We talked briefly about Tamar last night. And, I still stand by what I said. Tamar said herself she does not know what happened. So clearly, if Tamar don't know what happened, and based on what we're about to share with you guys from Funky Dineva, he don't know what had happened was either. It's just a lot of people that don't know what happened. So we're gonna watch Funky Dineva's. We're gonna listen. I'm sorry, because I don't. He's a look. Funky Dineva one, a real.
Almost died.
Okay. So before we get up out of here, I had to have a little commentary on this here.
What's up, Joy?
Yep. Sea Breeze. Yep. And yep. I love cussing. It makes my eyes twinkle. Yay, my pocket. No. That's terrible. Oh my God, I got a whole case in the Supreme Court and I'll be on YouTube cussing. And you better believe that the people gonna send these people the clips. I mean, we live in a world where there's a whole lot worse shit going on. So I'm not that concerned. But anyway, let's get into this real quick. So it's interesting because
thank you,
Seabreeze 40 says it seemed like people didn't like him calling her that lady and we are friends. And you just hit the whole nail on the whole head. Funky, I love you. I mean, industry love, right? I mean, I love you. I love all of y'all. I love us. I love you. I love you. Baby, I love you. I do. More than you ever know. Come on, y'all. Okay, well, I'm gonna stop singing. I ain't see no likes. Y'all like, bitch, be quiet. Anyway, you can always count on my love forevermore. I don't see no likes. Okay, I'm gonna stop. That must mean y'all want me to sing for y'all then. Yeah, I think that most people would probably have to agree with UC Breeze. I think that is the reason why that is one of the big reasons. One of the big reasons why.
So what they're saying is that it's him calling her that lady, and that's probably why there's like some tension, because they're all like, no, you like call her Tamar, but Funky has clarified he calls everybody that lady. And a lot of y'all in the chat or in the comment section was all like, AT2, that's how he talks. He always says that lady. So I'm all like, all right. It is what it is.
People are taking issue with this. Hey, Rodney Perry. Hi, brother. How are you? I think one of the big reasons why people are taking issue with this explanation, we'll call it, right? Explanation. Funky, I'm gonna talk to you, friend. They both look great in those pictures. I think we all kind of started to feel like Funky and Tamar were building this friendship, right? Because you've heard, if you watch him, which I do, he is the king, should I say, of YouTube. Funky Dineva is the one, right? He's the one and the two and the three. So I think that we all kind of was feeling like they had like, a legitimate, friendship. And when something this tragic happens to somebody, friend, when something so serious, like somebody saying that they almost lost their life and knocked out 4 of their teeth and lost the ability to move on one side.
You know what I find interesting is that she says she almost lost her life, but she also says she doesn't know what happened. So if you don't know what happened, how do you almost lose your life? You know what I mean?
I believe that's really serious, friend. That is a very serious, and it's interesting because I was watching a YouTuber and he made mention of what happened to Maxie, which I thought was, as much as it was triggering, right? Because it was very triggering. When Tamar posted that she fell, and when she used the words, I fell, I almost lost my life, and my friends found me in a pool of blood. It was very triggering for me because it sounded very similar to what happened to my sister, Maxie. And I immediately went to a place of, oh my God, because she could have very well ended up being not different than Maxie. I don't know why she, and again, I'm not getting into any parts.
Okay, so Maxie was also in the group with Nikki, Brownstone, and she passed away from what I believe what it was. It was a freak accident, but she cut her neck with like a wine glass or something like that. It was an accident, so I think she like fell, trip, and then cut her neck with the glass. So yeah, and so that's why it was triggering for Nikki, because that's how she lost her group member. Yeah, sad situation,
of what happened with Maxie.
A lot of people died from falling in the shower.
But the fact that she fell and she almost lost her life, and it was an accident in her home, the parallels to Maxie are there.
Right.
And terrible things happen to people all the time. Like you could be walking down the stairs and fall. You could be, we don't know what happened. We have no idea. Okay, you saw that Forever Deshaun. It was Kempire. Okay, well, Kempire mentioned that. And that is the thought that I had. When you hear that a celebrity has fallen at home and they're in a pile of blood, you can't help but to think about that.
Doesn't Kempire live in New York? How come he didn't go to the Diddy trial? Huh. That's one of the ones, weren't y'all surprised like a lot of like the big YouTubers didn't go to the Diddy trial? Kempire lives in New York. I wonder why he didn't go. He seemed a little bougie. Like that seemed a little too hood for him. So that's probably why he didn't answer my own question. Ding, ding, ding. There we go.
And I could tell you from my own personal experience, it's nothing to take lightly. It's nothing to just brush off like it's nothing, right? Because again, we could have been getting a very different call. I believe that it was a little tone deaf, Funky. I believe that the delivery was a little tone deaf. I believe what he said, right? We're cool. I've done his podcast, and we have developed a very cordial relationship. And I believe that he doesn't know what happened. I think that maybe it was a little bit of, maybe he didn't know the severity of it, or it was a little bit of a sort of knee-jerk reaction because he was getting a lot of people calling him, and it was just kind of like, look, I'm just gonna tell y'all, you know what I'm saying? You know how it is. Sometimes you, because of the heat of the moment and like, you know, not really processing it the way that, you know, please hit like, you guys, please give me a like.
And I think that's for me too, and hit my like button as well too, and subscribe to the channel. But it's the way that I feel that if this is his real close friend, like, well, they're not close friends. That's the thing. I answer my own question again. But if this is like an associate, right? You're gonna, okay, who can I use in the chat real quick? Okay, say something happened to Addicted, right? And I was with Addicted, and something happened to her, and I find out via the internet, right? I'll be like, oh my God, like, I can't believe this happened. And I'm gonna be like, hey, can you guys pray for my friend? And I'm gonna just leave it at that. But I'm not gonna be like, oh, I don't know what happened, but it didn't have anything to do with me. That lady over there. And so it was his delivery about it. It was just kind of like, this is your friend, and you're talking just real greasy for no reason. And it didn't come off well. It didn't come off like a friend. Let me say that. It did not come off like a friend. It made us look like, that's very weird. That's very strange. And then again, you say you used to call everybody that lady, but again, when you said that lady, it triggered everybody. I was like, that lady, you know her name.
Likes, please give me hearts. Please give me likes. Please give me hearts. We're building a platform where you get an alternative and a more objective
Correct.
Opinion of some of the headlines that are going on, right? From somebody who's a little closely connected to the industry. So just a little slightly more
because
reliable
he did
on
know
some
Michelle.
levels. Anyway, actually, yeah, I don't know, because these people be out here getting the information. I'm like, where you know that at? But my point is just, if you're someone's friend, right? I would hate to look back and to see someone that I went and celebrated their birthday with them. And this is not about me bashing Funky, because I almost, to be totally honest, when I saw it, I almost texted him like, don't respond no more to that, because that was a little tone deaf. And tone deaf is something that we can all be sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because for a plethora of reasons, right? We were not there. We don't know. What we do know is that we saw a video of Funky and Tamar looking like they were partying it up the night before. And for us to find out that after they had a party, and he said he left and dropped her off, they all got in, and we all do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, every time people go out, there's nothing suspicious about that. And again, you know, he said that she said she told him that she lost 4 teeth, which is wow. You know, but Dr. Heavenly is supposed to be, they call her Dr. Heavenly for a reason. So, you know, she will probably, the cosmetics.
And I think, you know, the way he probably said, like, you lost 4 teeth, like, yeah, that, I'll be all like, I just told you, like, I had a near-death experience, and you over here trying to play games. But again, Tamar was so vague, and we talked about this, the way that Tamar is so vague, like, I don't really know where she's coming from. Like, okay, you lost teeth, like, what were you doing? Eating rocks? You know what I mean?
Side of it, I'm sure that Tamar will heal just fine, and she will look as beautiful and stunning as always. But just what's scary is that she doesn't know, or that she does not remember what led to her ending up in that position. And that's what I want to talk about a little bit tonight, right? Yes, Funky, it was tone deaf, friend. You know, and I think in hindsight, when he has a moment to kind of look back at it, he'll probably be like, you know what, actually, yeah, I could have probably delivered that with a little more care, right? Because that lady and the lady and the whatever was a little shady, right? I think we can all agree it was a little shady, but I don't think that means that there's anything else to read into it except that.
And I forgot to mention that too, River. So in her post, we did not see her say, I went to the hospital, nor I called the police. The hospital and the police are missing from her statement. And I feel like that's why we have so many questions, you know? Oh, there's Miss Barbara. Miss Barbara, I thought you were here early. I was wondering why nobody clicked the link. I know Miss Barbara ain't no punk. She would click a link in a minute. She just got back, I guess.
Maybe he was just like, look, I'm tired of you guys and blah, 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 blah. And he said it. So that's my objective perspective.
Thank you, Marcellus.
Ooh, I'm getting a little hot. I said I wasn't going to do a long-winded ass live. So, oh, God, every time I say it, I'm just going to stop saying that shit. I'm just going to stop saying it. Because every time I say I'm not going to do a long-winded live, this motherfucker ends up being 576,000 hours. But I'm going to say this and then I'm going to be done with it. Ooh, after I cool off.
Hold on. She went live saying that she got a new man? So it's possible that the Mendeecees rumor is true. That's probably her new man. Shit, I wouldn't go public with him either because you don't want Yandy to find out. See, that's why I don't want to move to Atlanta. Like, it just seemed like there's so much that be going on in Atlanta. It just seems so messy. Like, I love the Bay Area. And trust me, I don't live in LA. I know a lot of y'all think I live in LA. No, I live in the Bay Area. Yay, area! It's totally different vibe. I'm happy to live here in the Bay Area.
Can I do a commercial, an ad real quick? If you haven't seen this, no, I'm not gonna do an ad actually because I might get one for real. But baby, this fan is like a little blowtorch of cool air. It's so good.
You don't get paid for promo.
Perfect for me, baby. My man said, hurry up and get your ass off this live, and I'm gonna give you some L. Okay, I'm stop beating around the bush. Tamar Braxton has had some issues dealing with mental health challenges in the past, as many people have. And I think that people are immediately sort of going there. This could have been a seizure. This could have been her being a little tipsy because she was out celebrating and not realizing it and fell. This could be a multitude of things. I'm sure as time goes on and as more information is shared or provided, we'll have a better understanding or not, because really it's none of our business. I mean, she did kind of make it our business when she shared with the world that this happened, but I think it was one of those things that she shared because, you know, she has missing teeth and, you know, it was a very serious thing. And sometimes if you don't get in front of these and just share it yourself, other people will share it, put it in the news cycle and live off of it like you were trying to run from it. And maybe I think she was trying to get in front of it by sharing it with us. So what she chooses to share, you know, from this point on is entirely up to her. But I would encourage our community. This is one of those opportunities where we can really consider the fact that she's been transparent about some of the issues that she's had in the past. We could really consider the fact that she has a young son who I believe is maybe a preteen or, you know, relatively young, but still knows and reads and watches. And you guys, we just really go hard on.
Here's the thing. I would give Tamar so much grace if this wasn't something that she put out there herself. This isn't like TMZ, the Shade Room, People Magazine. Somebody was digging through her trash can and they found medical records. This isn't that situation. Tamar literally put this out here herself. So why are we talking about we need to give her grace and think about her child and all this? She didn't think about her own child when she put this out there with no details. And now we looking at Funky like, what you put in her drink? The walls agree with me. That's who I was looking at, the walls.
People who could really be, it could be a cry for help. It could be nothing. It could be a simple accident, but we just run with shit and we don't consider all the other people that are impacted by these stories that we create. And, you know, even if whatever it is, you know, whatever the situation may be. And I say this because when Maxie passed away, unfortunately, there was this lame ass story about her being in Denmark and falling at a soccer game or something. So there are always these, I want to be first and not factual, right? And, you know, it's hard to state facts when you weren't there. And honestly, Funky Dineva said exactly what he was supposed to say, which is, I don't know what happened to the lady. So don't come over here asking me questions. She called me and said she needed the Dr. Heavenly's number, which is not suspicious. I gave her Dr. Heavenly's number. I do think his response was, you just woke up and your teeth were falling out of your mouth. I mean, I think the easier thing to say is, oh my God, what happened? Are you okay? How did that happen? But to say, oh, you just woke up and your teeth fell out of your mouth was a little bit shady, which is probably why she didn't respond. And, you know, he may not think so. He may not give a damn. But if you call somebody your friend and they've gone through something so serious as what Tamar has gone through, you have to act accordingly. And you have to have a little bit more grace, right? I'm asking us to have more grace with one another. You damn sure expect grace from somebody who considers themselves your friend. But that brings me to the big part of this conversation that I want to share with all of you, right? As a person, hi TikTok, I see y'all. Come on in here, TikTok. Oh, I didn't mean to switch Tamar out. Come on in here, TikTok. I see y'all. Oh Lord, I'm getting P-Valley. This is why you surround yourself with good people. Yep, we about to get into it. Yep, my TikTok family. And she's very.
So, I need to go live on TikTok. Y'all remind me, I need to go live on TikTok because I can't do the share screen thing until I go live 3 times within a 48-hour period or something. So remind me about that. And also hit that like button and subscribe to the damn channel too.
Very religious. Right. Okay. Boom. Here we go. We about to get on into it. I like him, but saying that lady was hard. Right. Funky. Bad call. You should not have referred to her as that lady. Not at a sensitive time like this. My friend, you know, I pray that she is well. Oh my God, you guys, I'm just as confused as you are, but it was insensitive. And here's the thing. I'm one to talk about being direct because I'm very direct. I have a very good friend who I always say is the person who will tell me as I am walking down the aisle, you shouldn't have wore that wedding dress. It's ridiculous. I could be walking down the aisle getting married and I have a friend who would be like, that dress, Nick, I'm going, right? But I'll be damned.
The way that Funky kind of made it seem in his statement again was basically like, hey, this ain't got shit to do with me. Y'all asking the wrong person. And I think what we were looking for was, okay, well, you was there that night. Like, what you know? And then he gonna tell us he don't know anything. And so like, you don't know anything? Like, or at least like the part where he said Tamar did not respond back to him, I automatically was like, oh, Tamar is going to blame him for whatever happened. Tamar is going to blame him. Because at least if she didn't want to say anything, she could have at least said, oh, I don't want to say anything right now, or I don't know. The fact that she did not respond back to him, that lets me know everything I need to know. Oh, we got a caller. Hold on. Let me drop this down. And then, oh, Mel NYC. What's up, Mel? How are you doing?
Hey, Tutu, how you doing?
Good. Did you go to the Diddy trial?
I only went one day. I went down and I saw a couple of people.
Oh, okay. I know you're in New York. That's why I asked you.
Yeah, I went. There's a person down there I talked to off and on for years, and I went down there one time just to support.
Oh, that's cool. Okay,
Yeah.
Go ahead and sound off. I don't want to distract you. I'm sorry.
No, please. No, I'm actually not going to say it long. I was going to say that, you know what? I was thinking about this story because I was very troubled. You know, listen, Tamar has a very, very, she has a pattern of a lot of drama. She just, with her family, that's just her life. But what I would say is this woman basically had the same amount of damage as somebody would in a car accident. You know, when you're in a car accident, your face is messed up, you're losing teeth, you're bloody, you're unconscious. That's what happened. So if I went to the movie theater with like a cousin or somebody, we went to see Superman or something, and they brought a friend that I don't know. Next thing you know, I found out that the friend was in a car accident. I'm not gonna be like, oh, that person who I don't know, they just randomly got all jacked up. I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry are you okay? I was with you for at least 2 hours. in my life, and you now found out that you have all this damage. Now, him and Tamar, they've known each other for some time. So that way he described that situation. I don't know if the man's responsible for some kind of terrible bloody thing, but I do believe that the way he talked about it. You see, last year I don't know about Love in Huntsville. I don't know that, but the one thing that turned my stomach with Funky Dineva, which was many things, but I just think that when it comes to Black women or women in general, he talks about them or responds to them in such a brutal way. There was this woman from Love in Huntsville. She passed away. Her name was Kiki. That woman she was gone. But when he got up on the channel and told the audience the woman was gone, it was not very loving. It was not loving at all. It was brutal. He has a way when it's just like, come on. So the way he's getting a reaction, I believe is his own fault. Now, will Tamar come out when she can talk? Because I don't think the sister can talk right now. I think because she got the teeth and issues, and you can't talk with that much damage. I'm sorry, she probably
about that. She can't talk because
her can't talk right now. No. She is totally jacked up with all that damage. So
she typed though, just like she typed about
you know what? Listen, maybe she just want to focus on what's going to bring her some healing, because I don't think she got time to say that man's reputation. She would have to be online for 365 days to save that man's reputation at this point. The way he talks about Black women is too crazy. So yeah, he shouldn't have got there to that one. Like everybody's saying from that lady in the video to what you're saying. Listen, I was with her. We had a good time. It's very crazy, in his way that my friend got jacked up this way. That's terrible. But to say that woman listen, stop. Funky always thinks about his reputation. He never really thinks about the human. He's focused on the human beings first. Even when he had issues with Fox Soap, it's always about what I perceive. Focus on the people. Don't get into defensiveness all the time. He always feels like somebody trying to take him down. Like, come on, it's annoying. Yeah, he's not my favorite, but that's all I want to say. Yeah, I think that she's jacked up from the damage, and she can't really focus on that man. And the way he talks about people is crazy.
Right. And I agree with you. I feel that instead of him just being like, man, that's my friend, I can't believe this happened, blah, 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 blah. Like, that's all you needed to say. All this other stuff about like, I don't know nothing. And I asked you missing 4 teeth. That didn't sound like he was concerned.
It sounded like that woman went through a car crash, but she was just in the building where that damage, to lose that and to have facial problems and teeth, that's major trauma. Ain't nobody thinking about YouTube that's crazy. So she
was at home too. I want to point that out. She was at home.
Yeah, and then also whether she went to the hospital or who knows what, maybe her team and her trying to figure it out. Who knows? But it happened 2 weeks ago, a week ago, whatever. So maybe over time she'll get there. But I'm not really in this instant or in this case. I'm not putting any responsibility on Tamar until and I don't think we're going to see her for a couple of months until she gets all that fixed, because that sounds really crazy. It sounds very horrific. So. Yeah, right. I think that he should just say, I'm sorry what she's going through, and that's it. But he gets so defensive, But yeah, when he did that lady from Kiki, the way he talked about her when she passed away, it was insane, totally insane. So,
so you expected it, okay?
Oh yeah, when it comes to a woman, again, I know he has issues, and not all issues he has is his fault. But when I look at his stuff online, it's just like, damn, like he don't need to be going that hard on these people all the time. This woman, like I said, she had a trauma. Just chill out for a little bit. You don't got to say that one. No, that I was with her. We had a good time. She messed up. I don't know nothing else. Okay, now what's the next topic? That's what he got to do. He don't got to be all shady and stuff like that. But that's his nature.
Right. It seemed extremely shady. You're right about that.
That's what I feel. But you know what? I'm gonna go back down. Let somebody else call in or whatever.
All right. Thank you, Mel. I appreciate you coming up.
Okay.
All right. Have a good one. Yeah, that was Mel, everybody. He's always cool. I like his perspective when he comes up. All right. So anybody else want to call in? The link is pinned up on top. Braxton's is coming back on TV. They probably already filmed the show, so I don't know if this is going to even be on the show, this whole episode. I hope she wouldn't do all this for TV. Like, shit, you never really know, right? People do crazy shit for TV, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if this was like a TV thing. Okay, Miss Barbara. What's up, Miss Barbara?
Hey, everybody. I just feel so bad for Tamar because I don't believe that she even have a team anymore. I think that the people that Tamar's around in her head, she think that these people have her best interest and they're her team. When they're not her team. You no longer have a team. I don't believe that she's paying for a team. I just think that she's riding on the reputation that she had when she was with Vince and feels that people going to respect her. And I feel that she was majorly violated and is very embarrassed. And that's why she hasn't made another statement.
That makes a lot of sense. No, I agree with you. I think that the people that she's around are a couple of things. The people that she's around are not good for her as far as being good as business savvy and keeping her out of trouble. But also, I think the people around her are just her friends. They're not like actual.
Right.
Like everybody says they're in the business, but that doesn't mean that you're qualified to have a certain job, be a publicist or a manager, blah, 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 right?
They're not getting paid. They're not getting paid. That's
you think they're doing it for the Lolo?
They're not even doing it. That's the problem. They just hanging with her for clout. But as far as them trying to look out for her, they're not doing it because they're not getting paid to do it. But in her head, they're going to look out for her and they're looking for a moment. And then what really hurts me, being a woman with her saying she couldn't walk, that to me, somebody violated her, in my opinion. If she's I can't even walk. I'm just thinking that she got extremely violated and she's very embarrassed. She doesn't know how much of this she wants out. Another Megan theory.
Another Megan theory.
Yeah, we're gonna be a lot of stuff that's gonna come up out of here because that's a violation.
Well, Miss Barbara, why did she say anything? Like, if she's not ready to talk about it, why did she come out and say anything? Because here, like I said, it's not like TMZ broke the story. She put this out there.
She was in shock and she didn't know who said what. So she was trying to get out there first, get her story out there first. And then she realized she shouldn't have said nothing because now the whole internet is in an uproar and no one cared enough about her to say anything.
Yeah.
They was keep that on the hush, And all we hearing about is Mendeecees and women lately on Love and Hip Hop. Mendeecees, with Kirk girl, Mendeecees talking about Kirk talking about his penis, So what's up with Mendeecees and Yandy? Now, do you think Yandy, she not taking care of her home? That's why her man is running amok?
Well, I don't think it's necessarily her not taking care of the home. I think she might be out there it's been alleged that she out there doing her own thing too.
That's what I'm saying. She not taking care of Mendeecees' little penis. Like he said, his penis. Kirk talk about his penis. I'm tired of hearing about his penis. And really, I hope his penis don't come, with a whole bunch of trouble because he's not a joke. He's not a joke. Mendeecees is not a joke, baby. It's something very sinister about him, in my opinion. In my opinion, dark and sinister. Quiet men are to me, my opinion, quiet men are dangerous men because you don't know them. But I just wanted to pop up because this is going to be a lot said. This is going to be somebody going to be doing some time behind this. That's what I meant. Another Megan Thee Stallion thing. Somebody going to be doing some time behind this. That's what I feel is going to come out.
Wow, that is deep, Miss Barbara. Thank you for coming up. I appreciate that. I like your perspective on this.
Okay, thank you for having me.
All right, and enough with that penises thing. Please stop. All right, listen. What's up, Destiny? You there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Go ahead and sound off.
I may have an unpopular opinion because I love Tamar. I do. But
Okay.
it's just it's always something. It's always something. But I really truly do feel like she about to get this new constructive face coming out looking like Tommy Lee or Little Kim. Like, sis, what is going on? What is going on? Because there's no way that somebody just did this to you. And like you were saying, everybody keeps saying stay out of her business, but she won't put it out there. We didn't know nothing about it.
Right. And like I was saying, Tamar isn't a big enough star to where like people are trying to like scoop her out and like, you know, helicopters flying over her home or something like that. So we wouldn't have even known. She could have just went away for a couple of months.
Right, right. But then she had to explain why she looked different.
So you think that she gonna get a total different face? Like,
She about to be unrecognizable.
damn. Because here's the thing: when I was thinking about falling, right? Say if you just fall because she was at home, she wasn't in a car accident or anything like that. She was at home.
Right.
If you just fall, like I have seen people get black eyes and stuff like that. You might have busted your nose, but your teeth and everything, like you just had your mouth open when you laugh. Like that's how you felt. Like that doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I mean?
Right, right. And with the whole funky situation, it was just his delivery. It really truly was. Calling her that lady, y'all not friends for real. And she went out for your birthday. She didn't have to do that.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And you know, I also feel like this too. If you're that close to the situation, it's probably best you don't speak on it. I don't care if people were asking or whatnot. I wouldn't have said nothing, me being that close to the situation. It'd be different if it was like, oh, he's just reporting on a story, but you were actually there with her before whatever went down, went down. So, I mean, yeah, we're going to look at you like, okay, well, what else do you know? Because he said, we all got in the car, so we know that there was multiple people. It wasn't just you and her in the car.
Right.
And then I just
More than likely he probably knows who did it because, like he said, he got in his car and everybody else had went upstairs to her house. So who was this? Everybody else who was all with y'all?
right. And you're saying that, oh, I don't know nothing. I don't know this. Well, and then Tamar also said she was waking up by her friend and she doesn't know what happened. And I'm all like, so your friend didn't tell you what happened? Like, did they find you in like a bedroom somewhere and you fell over in your bedroom and that's why nobody know? Like, you were alone by yourself at one point of the night and you just fell over and busted your teeth and like it's just not making sense.
Not at all. Not at all.
And then again, did you go to the doctor and then did you do a police report? Like we didn't hear that.
She should have just kept everything to herself until she came out with her new face.
Right. And here's the thing. I think she should have just came back out with her new face, new teeth, new nose, everything, because we're going to speculate anyway. Just let us speculate. Like, because now we're still speculating because you don't put a very vague statement out there and we don't even know like what really happened to you. You left it so vague and so open for us to draw these conclusions. This is why everybody's confused.
Correct. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I feel bad for my sis. I really truly do. I just wish her a speedy recovery. Let's just see how this new face gonna look when she come out.
Right. Thank you so much for coming up, Destiny. I appreciate you.
No problem.
Have a good one. Yeah, but hey, everybody basically said everything that I'm gonna say. So, not too far off with everybody's opinion. Shout out to Mel, shout out to Destiny, shout out to Miss Barbara. Yeah, they pretty much on it. You know, it's funny because the people that disagree, I'm noticing something. When I'm doing live shows on this, everybody is in agreement. It's when after the video uploads, it seemed like everybody has like a problem with what I said. And I'm all like, okay, I'm starting to notice something. It's two different people from the live chat compared to when you guys are, you know, commenting after the video is done. You know, I was all like, okay, I knew I was in the right with the shit I was saying. Well, technically, we don't know what happened, but I mean, we can only speculate because she put it out there. Again, we're not trying to disrespect her. We're not trying to do this and that. You put it out there and you gave us the opportunity to basically be able to say, or not, I don't even want to say run with a narrative or a story. We just trying to know what the hell happened. That's it. Simple as that. But anyway, you guys, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all for being here, but we're going to go ahead and get the heck up out of here. I love y'all. Be safe. Love one another. And should we come back? Should we come back tonight? We'll come back tonight. We'll definitely come back.